your value and the success of your campaign on crowd size, and there's empty floor seats, it certainly doesn't look good.
Trump used to brag about his, 10,000 people, 12,000 people. We kept 10,000 people outside as far as the eye can see.
Crowd started to leave right away. Let me show you this video of the crowd walking out on Donald Trump, an already very tiny crowd.
He promised there would not be a single empty seat in the arena behind me. His campaign bragged that they received more than 1 million ticket requests.
Trump's rally disasters are piling up. This time, it's the empty seats in Reading that are stealing the spotlight.
Multiple rallies with low turnout in North Carolina, in Pennsylvania. We have a picture from Reading, Pennsylvania.
Is the man who once bragged about overflowing arenas beginning to lose his grip? And what about that strange moment in Detroit where he just froze for 5 whole minutes? Stick around as we explore if the Trump rally magic is finally fizzling out.
The picture from Reading, Pennsylvania shows even the floor seats not totally full.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Remember when Trump bragged about standing room only crowds? Well, the Reading rally just gave us a plot twist no one saw coming. The Santander Arena, which can hold anywhere from 7,200 to 8,800 people depending on the event, looked more like a sparsely attended brunch than a political rally. Photos and videos flooded social media, showing entire sections of empty seats glaring under the bright lights.
The other night here, there were empty seats all over the arena. They said there were a few thousand people there, and I probably were a few thousand, but that place seats 10,000.
For someone who once claimed his rallies were the hottest ticket in town, this was, let's just say, bad optics. And yet, Trump never misses a chance to inflate his numbers. Earlier this year, he boasted about drawing a staggering 100,000 people to a Butler, Pennsylvania event. Here's the problem. Local news pegged the actual crowd at around 24,000. That's not just rounding up, that's multiplying the truth by 4. If he was anywhere near accurate about Butler, imagine how he'd describe Reading.
And then we went to another one in another state. We had 49,000 people. She had 243 people.
Biggest crowd Santander's ever seen, perhaps, even though those visibly empty seats beg to differ. For a man known for his creative math, this seems more like a subtraction problem. Critics, of course, didn't hold back. Tweets from users like @HarrySisson captured the mood, with one saying, "Trump can't fill a small room, but sure." Let's listen to him claim he's never been more popular.
Every rally's full. You don't have any seats that are empty. You don't have anything yet. I mean, the one we had today, you missed a beauty.
Another user @HarrisWins chimed in with, "This campaign is giving midweek minor league baseball game energy." The laughter didn't stop there. News outlets jumped in, highlighting the disconnect between Trump's overblown claims and the very visible rows of blue seats. Here's the kicker. This isn't an isolated incident. Reports show Trump's rallies are seeing more and more open spaces these days. Seats aren't just empty, they might as well be auditioning for a ghost town western. Once hailed as raucous displays of loyalty, his events are now places where attendees not only skip out, but even sneak out early. Maybe the chairs were on strike, or perhaps those seats were reserved for the overflow crowd from Butler.
Crowd started to leave right away. Let me show you this video of the crowd walking out on Donald Trump, an already very tiny crowd.
Your value and the success of your campaign on crowd size, and there's empty floor seats, it certainly doesn't look good.
It's more than just awkward. This signals a bigger issue. The exaggerated claims, the dwindling crowds, it all paints a picture of a campaign struggling to recapture its former glory. But if those empty seats made you cringe, wait until you hear about Trump's mid-rally freeze-up. It's like his brain encountered an error code that what's worse than empty seats? How about standing still like a malfunctioning robot in front of a crowd? That's exactly what happened at Trump's recent appearance at the Detroit Economic Club. For a solid 5 minutes, he stood frozen in place, swaying ever so slightly and staring out at the audience like he was buffering in real life. Phones were out, people were recording, and the internet lit up faster than Trump could shout, "Fake news." One person tweeted, "The cheese has slid off his cracker," while another called it absurd, pointing out how everyone just kept filming while he stood there doing absolutely nothing. The Detroit freeze wasn't an isolated moment either. Lately, Trump's rallies have been a mix of slurred words, off-the-rails tangents, and bored supporters heading for the exits early. Even Kamala Harris took a jab.
And I'm going to actually do something really unusual, and I'm going to invite you to attend one of Donald Trump's rallies, because it's a really interesting thing to watch, is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom. And I will tell you, the one thing you will not hear him talk about is you.
Highlighting how his speeches feel like one long, confusing ramble. Then there's his giant swing and miss at the Economic Club of Chicago. Responding to a policy question, Trump floated the idea of a 2,000% tariff, a number so ridiculous it had people doing double takes. Oh, and when asked about Putin, he dodged that question harder than a kid avoiding vegetables. The man who once dominated stages is now giving us moments that look more suited for SNL's cold opens than a presidential campaign.
Trump used to brag about his, 10,000 people, 12,000 people. We kept 10,000 people outside as far as the eye can see.
I must tell you that the theme yesterday was really low turnout for Trump. Where is everyone? Where are the people?
Social media hasn't been kind. After the Detroit incident, videos of him standing motionless went viral, with people comparing him to everything from a third grader at a school concert to a bad wax figure. Some joked he was waiting for the teleprompter to load. Others wondered if his batteries had died. And then there was that bizarre Pennsylvania town hall, where instead of taking questions, Trump had his team play music for 40 minutes, while he silently swayed and pretended to conduct an invisible orchestra. Truly presidential behavior, right? Empty seats are bad enough, but when your big moments turn into an endless meme factory, it's not a strong look.
Trump has built his brand around his ability to turn out large crowds, and so far in the stops today in North Carolina and here in Reading, it is noticeably thin here.
He promised there would not be a single empty seat in the arena behind me. His campaign bragged that they received more than 1 million ticket requests.
And speaking of comedy, you won't believe what Trump's 2011 roast says about his ability to handle criticism. Let's dig in. From empty seats at Reading to the 5-minute freeze in Detroit, Trump's rallies are becoming less of a powerhouse and more of a punchline.
Where I want to focus is not the crowd size, which was weak for Trump, but the content and substance of the rallies, and it was really, really bad.
We heard this before, but it was smaller than we expected. It sure wasn't as big as you promised. Honestly, we're not surprised.
The man who once claimed to never see an empty seat now faces venues that look like someone shouted free parking and half the crowd bolted. The Detroit moment added another layer of awkwardness, raising eyebrows about his ability to maintain focus or even move. As the 2024 race heats up, will Trump reinvent himself or let these mishaps define him? Let us know your take in the comments. If this keeps up, comedy writers may owe him royalties.